So tell me, first of all, what are you doing actually on AcreTrader? Are you the principal that is buying farms and buying farmland and then leasing it, or are you making loans to farmers? Just like, what's the financial model? What's going on from, beginning to from seed to table, however you want to characterize it?
That's a good question to zoom out and discuss first. It's very simple. We take a parcel of land, we place that land in a unique LLC that would then hold the title of the land, and we allow investors to come buy $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 worth of that LLC. And then we take care of distributions and everything else back to that investor, so they don't have to think about all of the headaches that come along with owning farmland. And when you mentioned, I haven't contemplated investing in farmland before, most people haven't. What's fascinating is it is a $3 trillion asset just here in the U.S. It's something like $9 trillion globally, but it has not been something that's highly institutionalized for a very long time, until the last 10 years, when we've seen private equity really rushing in, and private equity in the space in the U.S. has grown from 3 billion to about 30 billion of investment. So still really small in the grand scheme of things. But the asset is becoming more and more professionalized as more people wake up and look at the return figures and go, wait, hold on, raw dirt, this really boring asset has compounded at what level and with what volatility and with no correlation to most other major asset classes.
But the challenge, and by the way, you went silent for a moment through that entire fantastic explanation. So I'm hoping that Zoom picked it up in the background so I can listen to it later. It's a slight disadvantage that I didn't hear it. But what is the underwriting process for determining whether or not this piece of land versus this one is one that is viable?
So we do both a top-down and bottom-up analysis of every piece of land we see. So that includes, what does the area look like? What do the local comps look like? We've got a extremely large and proprietary data set of comparable sales for farmland. Beyond that comparison sort of top-down approach of, is this a good local deal? Then we do bottom up, and that's really the majority of the work. So underwriting the soil, for us, every farm boils down to three things: soil, water, and financial profile. So the first two are very straightforward. Soil is a good quality soil. Can we be crop agnostic and grow other things in the soil? The second one is water. Is there good permanent access to water? We don't want to think about water going away, and there are a lot of places where that's a problem. And you can see what look like great deals on the surface. In reality, there are great deals, and in 10 years when there's no water, that becomes a desert, and we don't want that. Then financial profile is a catch-all term for the things that really impact the value of that farm. So valuation, cap rate, rents, what does the tenant look like, et cetera. So it's a long checklist we go through. It's a very formalized process we have with software and people.